like this, up and down my neck. And then I do it like this, you know. I go like wait. What the hell do I do? I'm blanking out. And so I do the warm-ups, you know, and I start playing slow, and I just do it, get harder and harder, and I do it for about 45 minutes. And then I'm really warmed up, and I feel like then I don't have to worry about the physical aspect of playing getting in the way of whatever I want to do.
Can I see that particular pattern again? It's the right hand slower.
Oh, the right hand.
So that they can... Good luck.
It's really easy, you know. It's really a simple thing. It just kind of looks fancy, and you know, sometimes it sounds good, and sometimes you sound like an overindulgent jerk. You just have to know when to do it.
Takes a lot of practice and hard work, but like you say, it's easy.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, nothing that you play can ever be. You could never play a single note that's good if you don't have lots of love in your heart for things that are pure and beautiful. I mean, even if you're like a guy that's not pure and beautiful himself, or a girl that's not pure and beautiful herself because they've done things that they've lied to themselves or lied to other people, and so their soul is not as pure and as happy as it could be. If they just actually have a true love in their heart for things that are really, you know, righteous, and they're not mean or cruel people, and they mind their own business, then they can be a good musician. But unless you're all of those things and you know, you have love in your heart, you can't play good unless you have real love in your heart.
T-Bone Burnett once told me, you know, T, that the word that we all need to remember is generosity.
That's right.
And
you have to be generous to be able to play.
And yeah.
Well, to play in a band, it's like, that's why I even feel silly doing this thing and saying, you know, look, I can play bass and I'm pretty bitchin' and I do this and that, because it all means nothing if you can't get together with other people and play to other people with other people. And that's the whole thing, is listening to other people and playing with other people. And you can't ever listen or play with other people unless you love them, unless you have like really true, sincere love. It means nothing, because you can't even be angry and have true hatred, which is also an important thing to playing, unless you have real love. So that's the deal with that. The only time that I ever play with a pick is if I have a pick in my hand. And I don't have one now, so I can't play with one. But if you have a pick, you just go like that. If you have fingers, you go like that. I mean, the only time I ever used a pick was when I was playing in Fear, and they told me I absolutely had to play with a pick. And I had to play all downstrokes and go like this.
No upstrokes?
You know? No, you weren't allowed to do upstrokes. That was considered wimpy in punk rock.
Really?
Or in the Fear style of punk rock. If you went like this, like if you had a line to go bibba dibba 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 and you went like this, you were, you know, not cool. But if you went like this until your penis popped off, you know, I can't even do it now. I used to play it all the time. Then you're cool, because you know, then you separate every note. That of a note, when you go up and down, you're like ba 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 ba. But if you go all straight, all downstrokes, and you go ba 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 ding 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 ding. So, you know, but I really don't use a pick unless I have to. Like sometimes I use it to do this. Once in a while, what did I use it for? A thing that was really cool. I probably can't even remember it. It was just like a. And I can't even remember what it is, and that's probably not it. And I never use a pick anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Okay,
I think you can get the same sound as a pick if you just play back here, you know, And
where the strings are taut. I have to admit, I do like the sound of a good hard pick on a bass every once in a while.
You know, so a lot of my favorite bass players use the picks, you know, use picks. I mean, there's certain people, like I think the guy in Fugazi, Joe Lally, who's such a great bass player, he plays these really cool, like big, warm, round-sounding, almost reggae-like bass lines, and he uses a pick, you know, and it sounds cooler than hell. So, you know, it doesn't really matter if you use your picks and your fingers. I mean, if you have something cool to play, then you're going to play it, you know, whether you beat your shoe on the bass or something.
Well, guitarists that go to bass have a real hard time getting off the pick.
Yeah. And plus, I mean, one of the greatest bass players of our time, Sid Vicious, used to pick.
So, Flea, let's cover the fingers.
Let's cover all of the fingers.
All the fingers. Not just these fingers.
Let's start with all the fingers. Okay, well, there's these two fingers, and as we've said before, what we like to do with these two fingers is walk up and down the strings. We alternate the fingers, right, left, right, left. You see, there you go, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Everybody knows that. I mean, if you start playing a bass, you learn that. And then, you know, you start becoming more graceful with it as you go along, and, you know, you just do it. You know. Jah Wobble's a great bass player. If any kid cares about being a good bass player, he should listen to Jah Wobble, being a good electric bass player. Or she or he. Oh, because there's so many great, one of the biggest influences on me of a bass player, there's a band called Defunct, which was a huge influence on the Red Hot Chili Peppers, on really turning us on to the whole funk thing. And the bass player in that band was a girl named Kim Clark, and she's so great. And of course there's Kim Gordon. I wonder why it is that girls that play bass are called Kim. It must be some sort of cosmic thing.
What's the talking head girl's name?
And Tina Weymouth. That's right. All those good girl bass players.
Right.
So the fingers. So there's this one, you know, and
Are there any exceptions where, would you ever go, is it always left, right, left, right?
I always do it left, right, because it seems to be the most convenient way to do it, and it's just the way I always do it. I don't know. But, I mean, I'm sure there's other ways to do it. You know, like I say, some people use all their fingers. And another thing is to use the, you can use your thumb, which I do once in a while. You know, I'll be like, use my thumb and these fingers, and
so some people use a pinky too?
Probably. Wow. They probably do use their pinky. But some guys are just so slick when they use all three fingers, you know, and they can just go whenever they want. These crazy guys. Fishbone? Norwood? I heard the greatest Norwood bass lines the other day on the new Fishbone album that they haven't made yet. Norwood's such a great bass player. But, and okay, so the plucking thing, you know, and also, you know, you can use it like kind of, I think it's called arpeggiating if you play, you know, like that, you know, and like that. And there was another thing I was thinking, to do with fingers that I do sometimes is I, you know, use both fingers and hit two strings at the same time. Like that. Here I'm hitting the D string and the G string at the same time. And then if I go like that, you know, then I could go.